Okay, greetings everyone. This is Gerard, Chief of Filipino Soul Magazine, aka SGIB Magazine. It stands for Soldiers Got Intentions, Believe That. And everyone should be soldiering for something, a dream, a goal, an idea, a train of thought, something. And on the PBG's production, it stands for Photos by Gerard, the best in freelance publicity photography. Well, I'm very blessed today because today I have my director of photography, Whitby Diamond. She's doing a video. I gave a little run through of all the machines here, and so this is going to be real short right here. But what I want to say is that what happened in New York today. I watched the news today. There was an attempted terrorist attack in New York at the Port Authority. I spoke with you many times about the Port Authority. Actually, that's where I got my first publication in the New York Post, photographing Richard Burt and Tatum O'Neill from there, the Port Authority. I guess it was a blessing in disguise that this terrorist wasn't that bright, and the bomb went off kind of prematurely, and as a result, no serious injuries happened, just himself and whoever it was immediately nearby. It's unfortunate that we live in a climate today that where people are hell-bent on not only hurting and killing one another, but want to interfere with each other's lifestyle. People often the time ask me, what denomination am I? Am I religious? Or, who am I? And I tell them, I'm not religious. I'm spiritual. I have been a Muslim. I have been a Baptist. I've been a Protestant. I've been a Jehovah's Witness, and so I can get motivated from any organization, rather than I hate organization or love organization, because I learned that you can take what applies to you and throw the rest away. But then, as being spiritual, if you believe, people want to argue about what happens at the beginning of life. Rather, God created the heaven and the earth, or it was the Big Bang Theory, or it was evolution. And then some people want to argue about what happens at the end, whether we go to heaven or we just end up in purgatory somewhere, or we just go back to dust, or our energy just goes on and on creating new energy. So what I've done is that I've eliminated that personal argument with me about what happens in the beginning, and I have eliminated that argument about what happens at the end for me. But what I do believe in is that if you live your life treating each man like your brother and live your life in good, orderly direction, and you want for me what you want for yourself, then you are my brother. So that's how I look at it. So I'm not religious, I'm spiritual. I'm spiritual in the sense that whereas that live and let live, and try to be the best you can be in life. And then that leads me into the political realm of things, whereas people ask me if I'm a Republican or a Democrat, where I often tell them that, I have a lot of conservative values in my life. Conservative values simply means to me that this country, the United States, is such a great country, in my opinion, that whatever it is that you want to be in life, you can. I mean, there are enough programs for you to get involved in. There's enough assistance in the United States to help you, do what it is that you want to do in life. I know for myself personally that whenever I looked for a job, I was able to find one. So which leads me to believe that whatever it is that you want to do in life, it depends on you. I do have a problem with people who tend not to want to take advantage of what's available for them. I've been on unemployment once, but then even then, it was something that I didn't wait until it ran out before I decided to get up and get a job. Do I think too many people are sucking on the tit of the country? Yeah, be that as it may. I mean, what's free is what's free. But the point of the matter is that whatever your situation is, or you're in right now. Look around you. Rather if you're living from month to month like I have, or if you're homeless like I've been, or if you slept in the streets or in cars like I have, it doesn't have to stay that way. I remember Reverend Dr. Al Sharpton's favorite line, and I quote him many, many times. He says, "There's no shame in falling, but the shame is not getting back up." So by the grace of God, I've been able to. And let me tell you, I mean, as far as, I've been counted out a numerous times. I, in my mind, should not be here. I should be either locked up for the rest of my life, dead, or either strung out on drugs. But then, it's only by the grace of God and my knowing that there's something. There was nothing coming up in my childhood that was instilled in me, to want to help your fellow man. There was nothing instilled in me to love or anything like that. It was nothing. If anything, I think I got a lot of who I am from watching old TV shows like Leave It to Beaver, Father Knows Best, Donna Reed. A lot of those shows in my early part of my life that showed me what family unity was all about. Although my family was total chaos, I know that when I watched that show, and so the mother kissed their child and said, "Have a nice day," and when the father came home and says, "Honey, how was your day?" Those are the ideals that I've learned and incorporated into my own core of who I am, and I'm very grateful for those shows. So when they say that television and movie is not influencing or does not influence the behaviors of an individual, I'm one to have to stand here and tell you you're wrong. If you put the right type of energy, if you put the right type of positiveness, if you put the right type of message in your mind, then you can't help but having that type of energy come out. I remember Reverend Sharpton, one of his favorite stories was he was with Muhammad Ali. No. He was with Don King, and him and Don King went shopping. And Don King was buying like 5 shirts. And Don King said to Al, "You want a shirt?" And Al said, "Sure, take a shirt." So Don King bought about 3 or 4 suits. And Al Sharpton said, yeah, take a shoot. And so Don King was buying shoes. And Al said, yeah, I'll take a pair of shoes. So when he came up to the cash register, Al went like this, and Don King said, "No, don't worry about it. I got it." I guess the message that he said, what Sharpton was saying, he says, look, he says, if you want to be rich, you hang around rich people. If you want to be sick, you hang around sick people. If you don't mind being poor, you hang around poor people. So wherever you put yourself in life is where you want to be. And it's interesting about the Filipino people here. That's something, as a matter of fact, I was talking to Diamond about it this morning, is that, a lot of times Filipinos are on a certain level in their mentality of how they find themselves in life. In other words, like if you're in the hotel business, then you tend to be in an uppity nose echelon of other Filipinos because you feel that you have your situation is better than theirs. Or as opposed, whereas you are working as a guard, a security guard. If you're working as a security guard, well, then you tend to find yourself being able to associate better with security guards. Or if you're someone who's selling stuff in the street, well, then you tend to only want to associate yourself with people selling things in the street. And the thought of moving beyond that level is something that's not instilled in them to do better for their lives. It's unfortunate, and it's a hard thing to ingrain into someone that you can do better, you can be better, and you should want better for yourself. All right, so that's it. I'm going to stop right here. I'm going to hit the pool because my whole schedule is off right now. Remember, this is Gerard, editor-in-chief of Filipino Soul Magazine, aka SGIB Magazine. The stand for Soldiers Got Intentions, believe that. And everybody should be soldiering for something, a dream, a goal, an idea, a train of thought, something. And if you haven't got a dream, a goal, an idea, a train of thought, don't worry about it. Do what I do and have done plenty of times, gotten as much as I can, as fast as I can, and I went home. Because usually, once you're in that part of the day where it ain't gonna get no better than that, there's no sense hanging around no more. Go home, because I'm pretty sure there's somebody home who misses you and would love to see you. Okay, and like Ollie Woodson, former lead singer of The Temptation, once sung, treat her like a lady. And if you're lucky enough to have one, do just that. And ladies, if you're lucky enough to have a good man like me, make him feel like a king. I will always love you more. Like a love song, baby. I'll talk to you later. Go out and make it a good day. Peace.